Hello everyone, I'm Kana Taku. Today, I want to talk about the level 36 and 37 in this book about how to write more scholarly papers in English. The goal of level 36 is to accept rejection, and the goal of level 37 is to decide if we want to submit the same paper that was already rejected by one journal to a different journal. So basically, I'm going to talk about what happens when our papers get rejected. This is never fun and nobody enjoys it, I know, but it will definitely happen at least one time in your career, if not dozens of times, so we don't want to stick our heads in the sand about it. Even the most famous and well-published researchers have experienced their fair share of rejection over the years. The more we submit for publication, the more we open ourselves up to potential rejection. But this also means the more we can improve our work and learn from others. If we just wait until everything is perfect, we're going to never have anything to publish because all the papers have some limitations. That's just normal. But our reasons and timing for submission will also impact our ability to predict or accept a rejection. It'll always sting when you have your first rejection of your paper. On the other hand, it may not be as impactful when you have already gone through the process a few times because you get used to it and don't see it as a personal criticism. What if we have completed revisions by addressing a long list of reviewers and editors' suggestions and comments? Then, our expectations generally become higher and we are more likely to be hopeful that our paper would be accepted because of our second round hard work, which can make it much harder to accept if the paper gets rejected after revision. There can be extra pressure when publication is tied to your career or advancement, or perhaps you are just throwing caution to the wind and submitting your paper to a top-tier journal in your field just to see what happens. Then you can range kind from like, oh well, no big deal, to being really frustrated and upset that you feel like giving up and never looking at the work again. So take as many deep breaths as you need, and then it's important to accept the rejection at the publication at face value. It may still be a matter of issues within your paper or research. Or it could be that you just didn't argue your case convincingly, so others failed to recognize the novel aspects, scholarly merit, clinical application, or just the significance of your work. This is doubly complicated when you're working with the language barrier and publishing outside of your native language. If your work is not immediately understood, or if there are too many grammatical errors, but no logic errors or research problems, then it is simple enough to ask professional writers to proofread your manuscript. So this barrier doesn't become a hurdle that trips you up at the finish line. Overall, it's really difficult to know exactly why our paper gets rejected. I mean, you can send an inquiry email to an editor to find out the reason for rejection. But in most cases, you may never know. Of course, it can also just be a matter of luck, where our paper is rejected by one journal, but pretty much immediately published without revision in another journal, and who knows why it happened. So this is going to be a kind of good time to take a hard look at your paper. And if the paper was good, but has a poor fit to the journal that rejected your paper, then you can just submit your work to another journal. The rejecting journal may even give you a list of sister journals where your paper may be a better fit. However, if we have received multiple rejections of the same manuscript, there may be fundamental problems in our work, in the original methodology or interpretation of results that we were unaware of or had not considered before. At this point, we can review the comments again and decide if we really want to move forward or move on. Hope this helps. Thanks for watching.